Before carrying out any repairs or maintenance to the Dosatron, turn off the water supply and allow the pressure to drop. If there are taps on both sides, turn off the inlet tap first. If the solution tank is backfilling, so the level is increasing rather than decreasing, this is caused by wear, damage or contamination in the check valve assembly. Here's how we inspect the check valve assembly for wear or damage.
First, remove the dose tube from the Dosatron, simply by unscrewing the small nut at the base of the lower housing and pulling the dose tube out. Simply a matter of undoing the black nut at the bottom of the dose tube, removing the hose barb, gently tapping out the check valve from the bottom of the dose tube and refitting these components into the dose tube. Inspect the check valve. If any wear or damage is evident, replace the valve assembly. Before refitting the dip tube insert, check the top surface where it rests against the check valve for any signs of damage or pitting. And our injection assembly is now ready to refit into the Dosatron.
Here's how to change a plunger seal for the Dosatron 8000.
First, remove the motor from the housings. Simply remove the old seal from the groove. And replace it with a new seal. A little test that we can do to verify that there is no wear in the dose tube and that the dose tube is still serviceable is to simply push the dose tube onto the plunger seal like that, hold your hand underneath it, and it should be able to hold the weight of the motor on its own.
Before refitting the motor to the housing, now is a good opportunity to remove and clean the body filter.
Now we can refit the motor into the housings. Just prior to doing that, push the push rod down until it clicks, then take the motor and push it gently down into the housings, keep pushing until it clicks again. Take your top housing, put it on there, turn it slightly anti-clockwise until you hear it click into position, and then just a hand tighten.
Here's how to change the dose tube for the Dosatron 8000.
If it is necessary to replace the dose tube, we'll simply have to transfer the components from the old dose tube over to the new dose tube. Simply a matter of undoing the black nut at the bottom of the dose tube, removing the hose barb, gently tapping out the check valve from the bottom of the dose tube and refitting these components into the new dose tube. Before refitting the dip tube insert, check the top surface where it rests against the check valve for any signs of damage or pitting. And our injection assembly is now ready to refit into the Dosatron.
After you've carried out your repairs, make sure that there's a good airtight seal when you reattach the suction hose onto the hose barb at the bottom of the Dosatron. When you turn the water supply back on, open the outlet tap first, then open the inlet tap slowly and allow the pressure to build. This avoids sudden pressure buildup that can cause a water hammer condition that damages the pump.